Alright, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be showcasing one of my favorite decks of all time. Uh, this deck is actually a OCG slash online exclusive. You actually cannot play this deck anywhere in the TCG because some of the cards are not TCG legal and they are not game breaking cards by any means. But unfortunately they cannot be played. Basically this deck revolves around using normal level 2 Aqua monsters to spit out copies of Totally Awesome and Miss Starboy and various other boss monsters using cards that were printed 3.5 million years ago. And basically it's a very fun deck. If you try to play it online, you'll see what I mean. It's an incredibly enjoyable deck to play. So let's go through it right now. We play 3 copies of Slime Toad. This card originally debuted in 2003 in the McDonald's pack. So this card is very attainable. It's been reprinted. It actually was called Frog the Jam at first, and for many years, every frog card used to be called, used to say like on the archetype, like let's say it's search something. Let me see if Duprog says it. Yeah, so Duprog doesn't say it anymore because it's an updated text. But like every single frog card used to say like you can tribute one monster, for like Substitute used to say you can tribute one frog monster except Frog the Jam, where it say something of that sort, and then they changed it eventually to Slime Toad. We play 3 of this in the deck. We play 3 of this Shrimp Zarigoon. So here's the story with this card. This card actually came out in 1999. It is in the Volume 1 pack. Volume 1 pack of the Japanese, the OCG, the Dual Monsters volume. I think, no, it's actually Booster 2. So they got it in 1999. It is 2019 and this card is still not out. It's been 20 years. I've been waiting for this card to come out and it's still not out. We've also got the Hito Den Chuck. Basically it's big starfish. This card, again, also, this was in Dual Monsters Volume 1. This one is the one that's in Dual Monsters Volume 1. It has been also 20 years since this card has come out in the OCG, and it still has not come out here. And again, I've been patiently waiting for these 2 cards to come out. This makes this completely TCG illegal. But unfortunately, yeah, because you don't have the targets. You don't have enough targets, but we play 2 of these in the deck. 3 copies of Turo Purin. This card is legal. I think it's a tournament pack too. Again, you play all of them. You play all of the Aqua level 2s that you can. 2 copies of Psychic Kappa came out in Magic Ruler. Play 3 copies of Rescue Rabbit. I would take this out and play something else, but I really can't find something that spits out 2 normal monsters like this card does. But this card is very good because you tribute it, you summon 2 monsters from the deck, and filling your graveyard with these guys, as you will see later, is very key. But this card is definitely very good. It is so bad against Ash. Like, it's so bad. Like in a meta where Ash exists, this card, like, Ash totally destroys this card, and it's kind of frustrating because you tribute itself. It banishes itself for cost, and then if your opponent activates Ash, then you basically just lost this card, and it kind of sucks, and you lost your normal summon too. We've got 3 copies of Swap Frog. Swap Frog is good. I know some people opt to not play the actual frogs in this. They just play the normal monsters, but I want to play the frogs in this because it lets you throw things into the graveyard, which is very useful, in addition to being able to discard and special summon itself, and then normal summon another frog, which is very good. Basically, one of your win conditions is to get these guys into the graveyard, which is very good. But definitely, Swap Frog is very usable. Also, when it's summoned, it sends to the graveyard, which is also very good. Play 2 copies of Ronin Toad, and I might think about playing 3, but because you don't want to banish it off a Pot of Desires. But I mean, we'll see how things go. 3 copies of Duprog. Again, a very good card. Most of the time, this is what you're banishing for the Ronin Toad. Yeah, 2 copies of Unexpected Die. This card, if you control the monsters on your side of the field, you can special summon a level 4 or lower normal monster from your deck. So this is a good card. I guess the only issue with it is you have to control no monsters. So although it's not once per turn, it might as well be once per turn, because the second you summon that one monster, if you have another one of these cards in the hand, they're basically a dead card. We play 3 copies of Moray of Greed. This card lets you shuffle 2 water monsters from your deck into your hand. It is not cost. Thank God it is not cost. And then draw 3 cards. Very good card. Because it lets you filter through the deck real quick. And again, you want these things to be in the deck, not in your hand. So usually you're putting back these cards because they're not like bricks in your hand, because you can normal summon them and still use them, but like you want less of them in your hand than you want like the spell cards. This is one of the broken cards that I'm talking about of the deck. Enchanting Fitting Room. Pay 800 life points, pick up 4 cards from the top of your deck and special summon to your side of the field all of the level 3 or lower normal monsters among the picked up cards. So about, I'd say like 35% of the deck is all of these guys, which is kind of insane. And again, you're able to put some of them back too out of your hand. So most of the time, you will either hit 1 to 2 of them very, very easily. It's like reasoning, but better. Most of the time, you'll put at least 2 of them. And remember, there's yet another card that I got to show you in a second that will make this even better. You play 3 copies of Desires, because it really doesn't matter what you banish as long as your general ratios are similar. Like it doesn't really matter if you banish like one of these, a Swap Frog. It only really hurts if you banish both Ronin and Tonans. That's the only thing that really hurts. Other than that, it really doesn't matter what you banish. I mean, sometimes you'll get unlucky and like banish, something where you won't be able to use Rescue Rabbit, but you're playing so many targets that's very, very unlikely. But this is such a good card. It might as well be Pot of Greed in this deck, because it's not like you're not committing to like a certain combo where you have to keep one card, like a certain card in your deck, and without it you can't win. So this is a very good card in this deck. It might as well be Pot of Greed. We play 1 copy of Monster Reborn. Very good, because you're sending a lot of stuff to the graveyard. And 2 copies of Tririte. You don't really want to brick with this card, although it's very good. You don't want to brick with it. So I used to play 3 of this, and I didn't play Monster Reborn, but now I play 2 of these and 1 Monster Reborn. So this card says target 3 level 2 or lower monsters in your graveyard. Special summon them from your graveyard. Unbelievably good. Unbelievably good. Because it is basically soul charge for the deck. It has no cost, and it's not once per turn. The only issue is it's not searchable, but it has no cost, and it's not once per turn. And basically, you can summon all of these monsters right back to your side of the field. So you can, like, for example, and it's very good. Like, for example, you can easily turbo cards into the graveyard with Swap Frog. You can do it with Rescue Rabbit. You can turbo cards out with Unexpected Die, Link Spider. You can put them on the field, link them away, and then use them all over again. This card by itself is a +2. It's a really good card. There's a lot of pluses in this deck, which is what makes it crazy. This deck easily spits out Totally Awesome with like it can easily make like a Miss Starboy and 2 Totally Awesomes. Sometimes it can make sometimes you can easily make 3 Totally Awesomes going first. Very, very, very scary deck to play. Now we go to the extra deck. You play 3 copies of Totally Awesome. As your win condition, you can often make 3 Totally Awesomes very easily. You can make a Yugioh and 3 Totally Awesomes underneath it without even trying. Play 1 copy of Cat Shark just in case you have a monster you can't get over. Boral Sword, Boral Load, Yugioh again. Pretty good in this deck because it can shuffle back the normal monsters and let you draw stuff like Pot of Desires, which doesn't even hurt you. So I think it's really good in that regard. You play a Nightmare Unicorn just for spot removal. Nightmare Phoenix spot removal. Proxy Dragon to let you be able to link summon sideways. Lets you summon, Totally Awesomes. Offers some protection, I guess, but it's not really. 3 copies of Miss Starboy. This is an easy way to just get rid of cards on the field, and because again, they're normal monsters. So the problem with them being normal monsters is that you can't summon like these cards, like Boral Load and Boral Sword, with normal monsters. So you have to turn them into effect monsters, and then additionally, Yugioh, you need them to have different names. So you might have 2 copies of Slime Toad, and you want 1. so it might not be entirely useful. Next, we've got 2 copies of Link Spider, very useful because Link Spider is always a card that is live. So you can use something like Rescue Rabbit, summon 2 Turo Purins, summon a Link Spider, summon another card from your hand, and you just went from 1 to 4 cards right off of that. Did I do the math right? Right, because you start off, you have Rescue Rabbit, you get 2 cards, you summon this, so now you have this and Link Spider. Yeah, so you basically you get 1 extra card. So you went from 0 to from a Rescue Rabbit to 3 cards just by doing that, and then obviously you still have various other plays to make. You can make them a Star Boy, and then you have 3 cards in the graveyard, and you can use Try right off of that. But definitely a very interesting deck. Yeah, overall, thank you for watching. Try it out. Hopefully it works for you. We'll see how it goes, I guess. Yeah, try it out. Can't play it until it comes out in the TCG. I've been waiting 20 years for these cards to drop. I don't think they're dropping anytime soon. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you really enjoyed this video, be sure to click on one of these 2 available videos on the screen. Thank you for watching.